Domain expansion. Malevolent Unlimited Void. Yoiki Tenkai.
What's up, folks? How's it going? Hope everyone had an awesome weekend. Well, I don't have anything majorly new to drop on you today. Pretty sure you've already caught up with what was in the last update anyway. So, there I was, just chilling at the beach, staring out at the horizon, feeling all deep and philosophical, when bam, something lit up in my one lonely brain cell. Like, I suddenly remembered something from the last update. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, is this some kind of foreshadowing or something? Or maybe I'm just being dramatic and totally overthinking it again. But seriously, I think the game is already dipping its toes into a clashing feature, and that could be a big hint at where the next update's heading. One of the things we might see next? Well, domain clashing mechanics.
Domain expansion.
Yep, you heard that right. So in this video, I'm gonna break it all down. Why it might be coming sooner than you expect, and some solid mechanics already in the game that most of y'all probably didn't even notice. But before we dive into all that, I'm gonna pick 2 lucky folks to snag a Game Pass first. Think of it as your daily dose of motivation to stick around till the end of the video. Trust me, you do not want to skip anything, because I've got a pretty big announcement coming up that you're seriously gonna want to hear. And real quick, if you're new around here and want to get in on the giveaways, it's super easy. Just like the video, hit that subscribe button, watch the whole thing, and drop a comment down below. And well, if you want to go the extra mile to support the channel, you can join the membership squad and become one of my solid members. You'll get access to exclusive perks like badges, emotes, and more cool stuff. Feel free to hop on board. All right, circling back to what I said earlier. So you noticed? The game's not just stuck in that old school PvP loop anymore. You know, the usual, fight, die, respawn, repeat. Nah, it's starting to lean more into the interactive side of things. We're talking actual engagement, not just mindless brawling. Just look at the last few updates. There's been a shift. We're starting to see mechanics that involve real player interaction. Take Higuruma's domain expansion, for example. That whole trial mechanic, some of y'all might have shrugged it off like, meh. But honestly, that's a big door opening. Z's laying the groundwork to explore and expand the game in a totally new direction. You get where I'm going with this? I mean, bruh. The idea of multiple players getting roped into a kind of minigame clash, not just a 1v1 slugfest, is actually a pretty big deal. Like, that kind of system is a launch pad for some seriously creative future features. Well, honestly, we've already had a small taste of that. Remember when Mahoraga's adaptation move dropped? That's when this all just snaps. Yeah, it wasn't exactly some kind of a face-to-face interaction between 2 players, like Higuruma's, but the psychology behind it. You guess, it's meant to snap players out of that button-mashing spam, etc. It pushes the users to actually think and strategize and be precise. Basically puts your focus more back into the game and, well, engage and interact. And that right there, that's the magic. And then there's Sukuna's Black Flash counter. Super simple, right? But think about it. It forces the player to zone in and really time things. That extra layer of focus, that's what separates basic brawlers from strategy-driven gameplay. These might seem like small things, but what Z's doing here is injecting a strategic side into the game. And let's be honest, you don't see that kind of depth in most battleground-style games. And now, with the brand new QTE mechanic in Higuruma's Second Awakening, that's the cherry on top. It's clear this isn't just random content. It's clever, it's different, and it's absolutely being built outside the box. Now, just to set the record straight, I'm not saying all this just to sugarcoat things or kiss Z's butt. Alright, I picked this topic because, for real, people have been complaining and feeling let down every time an update drops. And I get it, I've been there too. But let's try looking at the brighter side here. Just because we haven't seen our favorite characters yet, or that one feature we've been begging for, doesn't mean the devs are asleep at the wheel. Far from it, honestly. The way I see it, some of the content added in the last few updates, totally underrated. What feels like small stuff right now could actually be the early signs of something bigger, like the game is quietly building up towards something even greater. These updates might just be the foundation for a way more polished, innovative game down the road. Now, before we jump into the real juicy part, let me take a sec to respond to the hundreds of folks flooding my DMs and comments, not exactly thrilled with the recent update. Some of y'all are even asking about the state of the game, or if Z still cares about JJS. So what's the status of the game? Honestly, it's still solid. Not quite what it used to be, sure, but it's still standing strong at the top of its genre. And I know what you're thinking. These recent updates don't hit the same as when the Heian era dropped or when Mahito first showed up. up. Trust me, I hear you. But maybe try looking at the recent stuff from a different angle. Think about the potential these updates bring. It's true, we're getting fewer character-focused drops, but we're getting more fun, experimental features. That might not be your vibe, but it's been good for the game overall, and a lot of players are actually loving it. Now about Z, look, I can't speak for the guy. I've never even talked to him. But for real, of course he cares. This is his game. We good on that? Now, back on track. So what's coming that's actually exciting? What should you be looking forward to in future updates? Now listen, this is just my personal take on where I think the game is headed. So don't take this as gospel, all right? I don't want to be the reason your heart gets shattered if this stuff doesn't actually drop. Just setting expectations. Now, I'm not gonna ramble about random stuff that doesn't relate to the recent changes. Let's get straight to it. We've started seeing some quick-time interaction mechanics in recent updates. Let me jog your memory. Higuruma's trial mechanic, then his second awakening move. Both of those, they're types of quick-time events. That right there tells us something big. The game is totally capable of handling these kinds of features, and that opens the door to all sorts of possible clashing mechanics. Imagine something like Hollow Purple versus Fire Arrow. A clash, you know, or two characters throwing their ultimates at each other at the same time, and it triggers a quick mini-battle to see whose move dominates. That could seriously turn the tide in a match and would add a whole new level of competitiveness. And while we're on the topic of clash mechanics, you know where this is headed. Well, domain expansion clash. This idea has been hyped forever, and if it actually gets added, instant peak. Imagine throwing down your domain expansion and colliding it with another player's. Just imagine the intensity and the skill it'd take. That's PvP on a whole other level. Now, I'm not a dev, so I can't say how complicated that would be to build, but the fact that we've already seen functional QuickTime systems in the game and they're running great, that tells me it's possible. Doesn't mean Z has to stick with the same old press this key real fast formula. He could spin it however he wants. The point is, he's shown he can do it. Honestly, I've got way more to say, but you know, I gotta cut this yapping session short for now. Anyway, glad you made it this far into the video, because I've got some good news for you. And no, this isn't part of the usual giveaway I host on the channel. Think of it as a little bonus, just to say thanks. I'm giving away one game pass for any Battleground game of your choice. Want to join in? It's simple. Like the video, subscribe, and drop a comment with the word Domain Clash, followed by the next character you want to see added. Oh, and don't forget your username so I can actually find you. I'll pick my favorite comment and announce the winner in the next video. Easy enough, right? Alright, that's a wrap. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.